After going quiet and going on vacation to Hawaii after the election loss, Kamala reemerges with a message of hope.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you.
She sounds like me on Blow when I would be giving my new bestie a pep talk in the women's room. I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your Dumpster Fire. Welcome to Dumpster Fire, where we make burgers out of your sacred cows. Don't you ever let anyone take your power from you.
So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
He's not worth it, Cynthia. You could have any billionaire you wanted out there. So what if he's a Russian with a yacht? There's so many Russians with yachts. Okay, he's an oligarch. Big deal. Do you know how many oligarchs would kill for a woman like you, Cynthia?
Do you know how many oligarchs I know? I can introduce you to a new one tomorrow.
Who do you think got me this cocaine, Cynthia? An oligarch. I've talked more beautiful women down off the ledge in bathrooms all over the world than you can possibly imagine. I was like the Tony Robbins of women on cocaine.
That's like you should tour the world
Somewhere
like that.
Out there is a model in Saint-Tropez who kept her life because I told her she was valuable in a bathroom in a club. I mean, I have been in bathrooms with literally the most beautiful women on earth. Ladies, if you go into a bathroom and you look at yourself and go, you are not alone. The most gorgeous models in the world do the exact same thing. Don't feel bad. The most relatable moment in any movie ever made is when Elastigirl checks out how big her butt got when she starts fighting crime again after being a mom. I don't know what was going on with this video. It was shot in like a hotel room. She seemed like she was drunk and on Xanax or something. She seemed like she was inebriated or out of sorts.
Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you.
You know, never let anyone take your power. I'm telling you, power is something that can't be taken from you. You've got to feel it and you've got to believe it. And no matter what happens, just know that you've got the power, just like He-Man. I'm not exactly sure why they put it out there. I don't know whose idea this was. You know, she's got the brand name recognition, so there's been some talk of her being the leader in 2028 for president, I guess, again. And maybe they just had her do this to kind of put a nail in that coffin and be like, see how roundly you're mocked and how deeply unpopular you are. She also looks like this presidential campaign aged her like 50 years in like 15 weeks or whatever it was that she spent all that money.
There was that press conference. The press secretary was like, I think she deserves arrest. Did you see that?
The vice president has taken time off to go spend time with her family. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think she deserves some time.
You telling us that she deserves a rest after campaigning to be president doesn't really instill very much hope for me when I think of her being the actual president. You're trying to get the job where you literally never get a rest ever, theoretically. You're supposed to be on all the time. So I feel confident about my decision. Because Trump can freaking campaign and go hard and like he's still posting meme videos that are hilarious.
Somehow the octogenarian has more like stamina and
he has
strength
a lot
than
of
her.
stamina. It takes a lot of energy to do what he does. Go speak, go do a rally, go do a podcast. I mean, I think he did Joe Rogan and then did a rally that night. Like,
Yeah, there was.
I've done Rogan. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
You know, Rogan makes fun of me because I'm like, how do you do 2 of these in a day? And he's like, Bridget, people run 26 miles. Bridget, people run for 72 hours. Before our next segment, don't forget to like, subscribe, touch my bells and buttons. We are trying for a ridiculous goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I don't think we're going to hit it, but I have no faith in this algorithm. I do have faith in you, though. So tell your friends, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and let's try and reach our lofty goal, because dreams can come true. You have to stick around through the ad to see the weather. Sorry, those are the rules. Real men get their prostates checked. You heard me. Real men get their prostates checked. They take care of themselves and pay attention to their health. With Quest Health's line of tests for men, you can order a multitude of men's health panel tests that keep you informed about your health. Guys, don't let your health go by the wayside. You need to check your testosterone levels, which you can do with Quest Health, and get a prostate screening, a colorectal screening, sounds sexy, or take their comprehensive men's health profile test for a more complete picture of your health and wellness. These are good markers to know. You purchase the lab test online and visit a nearby Quest Diagnostics location for sample collection. No doctor's visit required, or get immediate results at home with at-home test kits. Your results are delivered online quickly and discreetly. Prioritize your health and visit questhealth.com today. Use the code FIRE to get 25% off and find answers to the multitude of health questions that you may have. That's questhealth.com and use the code FIRE for 25% off. The link is in the description below. Now let's check the weather with Yanette Garcia.
La República Mexicana se mantiene pues con muy escasa nubosidad, cielos despejados. Es por ello que bueno, tendremos una semana muy estable. Sin embargo, tenemos varios factores que están ocasionando nubosidad en otras partes del...
Thank you, Yanette.
Breaking Bridget.
It's also could be journalism. It's a little bit of both. The New York Times put out a ridiculous article titled, "Republicans Built an Ecosystem of Influencers. Some Democrats want one too." Oh my goodness. First of all, this whole entire article was just a fundraising plea in disguise. They kept talking about these new organizations like Chorus that are trying to create this very natural ecosystem of influencers like the right wing has. What is crazy to me is all of these articles with the left trying to grapple with what happened. They don't ever want to talk to people like me, people who literally voted for Obama and then voted for Trump. You have no interest in actually talking to anyone who's been screaming about this for 8 years now. None whatsoever. Instead, you just label everybody right wing and say, what happened? How did we lose all these people? You lost the center. That's what happened. The left lost the center. You lost normies. It is insane to me how they don't understand what happened. You lost the culture. You lost young people because the left can't meme. This is just the left can't meme. That's what they don't understand. These people in the podcasting, they're not artificially created. They are just normal people having normal conversations. Trump and Vance went on podcasts like Theo, Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, and they just talked to them like guys. They had long conversations that had funny moments and boring moments.
When you put the names together, it's a little, you got to be able to No, you got to be able to put it out there.
And it was a normal podcast, and they sounded normal. The right-wing media ecosystem that does exist, it blew up because the left wing dominates all of the media. It dominates entertainment. It dominates YouTube. The left has plenty of podcasts too. People are like, what exists that's like the Daily Wire? I don't know. You have the whole Pod Save America network, which has multiple shows on it. Rogan and I said it. We said it in 2022, leading into the midterms. They are making Republicans.
They're making Republicans.
I don't know how they're doing it. I had a family member who's a boomer and a diehard liberal, and they told me when I was home this summer that they would vote for DeSantis. And I'm like, how did you lose this person?
We said this. We said they're minting Republicans every day because the left had no interest in hearing any kind of criticism whatsoever. If you even remotely said, hey, maybe biological men shouldn't be playing in women's sports, you get kicked right out of the left. All the stuff that happened around COVID, if you were pushed back against masks, masking kids, school closures, oh, you're right wing now. Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Lots of things that came true you were labeled a conspiracy theorist for. And then you're still looking around going, how do we lose these people? Oh, it's because we don't have an ecosystem of influencers. You paid influencers millions of dollars leading into that election. Here's the problem. You can't manufacture this stuff. These podcasts are huge because they have an actual audience of people who love them just to listen to them. They're not inorganic. It's just a grassroots love of podcasts. These guys, if they took money from any kind of organization, particularly a political one, their entire audience would turn on them. As many people have pointed out, the left is like, we need our own Joe Rogan. You actually have one. You've got Dax Shepard, who does not want to get political at all and won't engage in any of it because he's too worried about being canceled by Hollywood because his wife is in Hollywood. So you cannot have a left-wing Joe Rogan until you allow people to speak freely about politics without canceling them, which you don't do. So don't fucking cry to me about having a left-wing Joe Rogan. You're never going to have one. You want someone who just recites the party line or doesn't speak about politics at all. And if you can't handle that truth,
you can't handle the truth.
You're going to continue losing voters and elections forever. You can't win the culture wars by bullying people into your side. You win the culture wars by being persuasive. You win the culture wars by being cool. You win the culture wars by being like kind of punk rock and being maybe a little anti-establishment, which somehow the right wing is now. You don't win them by telling people to vote for us or you're racist or bullying people into liking your weird, lame, artificial, astroturfed content that feels forced and fake. People want authenticity. That's what they want.
You win the culture wars by being open-minded and talking to multiple people with different opinions about things.
Yeah, you win the culture wars by not slapping an ism on everybody who doesn't agree with you. There's an actual quote in this article where a woman who is on the left and she's starting this business, she's like, I was talking to somebody, a conservative coworker, and they said, well, you guys have Hollywood, so we're going to build our own infrastructure. It's like, Hollywood! You guys have Hollywood. You're going to say that in a quote and act like you didn't have one of the most powerful mechanisms to influence people in the history of planet Earth. Not to mention big tech, not to mention academia, not to mention most of all of the media that is slanted. You had all of these things and you still lost because all of those things, as I have repeatedly said, you Bud Lighted your brand. You went too far to the left and you lost the center. That is all that happened. The center actually held the line. I was worried, but the center held. You lost the center because you just pushed everybody over and said you're right wing. And now you're going, how did we lose? You lost young people. Because you're so crazy. No one wants anything to do with that crap. And you're acting like this is fringe. Whether or not it's fringe, all of these institutions adopted the fringe position. So now you can't divorce yourself from it. And you're trying to say, oh, it's just all these people were just brainwashed by this right-wing ecosystem. These are just normies. I'm done. If you love Dumpster Fire, the best thing you can do is become a supporter at Phetasy.com. We have the unedited version available for everybody to watch before the edited version goes out for free. It's a great community of people. We have fun in there. And now we have some housekeeping. I understand if you want to leave, but I'm still going to make jokes in my housekeeping. We're moving Watkins Welcome off this channel because we have been told by people much smarter than us that we are confusing our audience and the algorithm. We hope you go subscribe, like, comment, check us out over there. There's a link in the description. It would really help us out if you subscribed. We're running a holiday sale, 20% off orders over $50 for the general public, and it's on all of our back catalog of merch. The promo code's Phetasy, and then we have new merch. We're bringing back the women hoodie. Women! With a slightly different design, and we have new holiday PJs. This discount does not apply to new designs. I love you guys so much. I showed up here with a cold after I hosted, looking frazzled like a frazzled mom over the weekend because I love you guys so much and I'm going to show up for you. Thank you to everybody who makes Dumpster Fire possible. Our techie Maggie and Cousin Maggie makes all of this possible behind the scenes. Everybody give Cousin Maggie a big thank you. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our audience. Thank you to you for commenting, showing up. I just love seeing you guys in the comments. I'm going to try to always make those chats because they're so fun. And now to cleanse your palate, the internet is glorious.
If this turkey tastes half as good as it looks, I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Remember, life is absurd. Don't take yourself so seriously. Take the work seriously. Don't take yourself seriously. It's no fun. This has been your Dumpster Fire. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich! Like one of those left-wing influencers. They're gonna get so rich. Maybe we pivot.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns.